Oh, I don't know. Part of me's thinking, do I just take it? One last try with this plant. One last try.
I'll package your cutting.
Hello, we're starting this video on the sofa today because I currently cannot be bothered to move or do anything. It's raining outside. It's not the kind of weather that inspires productivity, but this is actually the beginning of what I hope will be quite an exciting planty vlog. So I've got another plant swap on Sunday, which is the day after tomorrow, and I've got lots of ideas of the plants that I want to take with me. I'm taking some pretty exciting plants this time, I think. But I haven't prepped any of them or anything like that, so we can do that together. I'm also obviously very excited to show you what I come away with because I'm hoping I'll be able to get some decent swaps. And then also tomorrow on Saturday, it is MCM Comicon, and I know that's not planty, but I thought I would just kind of, I thought I'd just kind of vlog the whole weekend, do a little bit of that for those of you that are interested, because I find dressing up really fun and I find Comicon really fun. So yeah, that's gonna be what this video is today. But first, if you're new here, hi, my name's Claire and this is Yoli. I make videos all about houseplant care, sharing tips and tricks I've learnt over the years to help keep your plants happy and healthy. And yeah, I'm really excited for this weekend and I'm hoping it should make for a fun video. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. So dark today, I'm kind of thinking I might need my light box on. Yeah, great British weather. That's better. So, I brought over what I am definitely taking to the plant swap, but as I say, there's a lot of things that like need to be chopped up that I haven't chopped up yet and stuff like that, so I thought we could just go through and do those together. Starting with, I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 variegated monsteras that I'd like to take to the plant swap. They're really beautiful. I've been holding on to these for such a long time for no good reason apart from the fact that I just want them to find good homes. And I'm sure I could have been a little bit more proactive about finding people on Instagram. I've had people message me asking about them, and I just haven't had the energy to package them up and send them out and deal with all that faff of them potentially getting lost or damaged or anything like that. So plant swapping feels like a good idea. So I'm just gonna take some cuttings of them and then yeah, probably wrap them in sphagnum moss, and I'm sure I'll be able to find some lovely homes for them at the plant swap. Because yeah, like if you look at the section of the stem here on this one, you can see not only has it got an amazing aerial root, it's also got lots of white on the stem. So the plant has very good genes. And that is actually a really lovely cutting. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through and chop all of them up. I might have some wet stick cuttings here as well, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it has just started chucking it down with rain. And I'm really hoping, I mean, I guess it's just the time of year where the weather does turn very quickly, but I'm so hoping that we might get some good weather over this weekend, because obviously me and Ross are going to be in fancy dress all of tomorrow, and we've got to get to the XL Centre in London. Also, oh my goodness, look at that aerial root. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, we've got to get from my mum's house to the XL Centre in London, which is probably about an hour-and-a-half journey. And we're going to be doing it in full hair makeup. You'll see, because I'll show you. But we're going as Spider-Punk and Spider-Gwen to this Comicon. We went to Jinx and Vi last time, and it was my first Comicon, and I had the best time. It's something that Ross is very much into, and I am just very much into dressing up, and I love TV and movies and stuff like that. So it was just awesome. So I think it will be a lot of fun. And I'm actually wondering, I know obviously with the plant swap I will, but I'm actually wondering if I might see any of you guys at Comicon, because I know the last time I went, I had a few messages from people saying, oh my God, I was there as well. So it would be lovely to see some of you. This one here has pretty much reverted. But I'm still going to take some cuttings. I'm sure they'll go. And as normal, to be honest, I don't really mind if I don't do like direct swap for swap. I know some people much prefer doing it that way, but I would just prefer to come away with some things that I love and feel like what I've taken has gone to people that are going to really like it. That is pretty much all I care about. So yeah, I'm so excited because the last couple of plant swaps, they've done another plant swap. Emma and Lisa have done the Birmingham plant swap and a Bristol plant swap since the last Scotland plant swap that I went to, and I wasn't able to go to either of those, so I'm super excited about this one. It's in Covent Garden, so it's not too far a journey for me. But Christ, already, and I've still got another one to go, this is all the variegated monsteras. I'm gonna need a very big box. I've ordered some boxes to arrive that need to arrive today because we're going to my mum's house tonight to drop Yoli because my mum's watching Yoli, and the boxes haven't arrived yet. And if they don't arrive, I'm not entirely sure what I'll do because there is no way that I can just take all this on the train. Oh my goodness, that is such a pretty cutting. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, it's got a nice aerial root. I could technically get another cutting out of that if I wanted to, but I am going to leave it because I think that's just lovely. And then I've got a lot of wet stick cuttings as well. And to be completely honest, I might just, depending on how it goes at the plant swap, I might just put these on the free table and just let people take them because there's so many. Look at all of these. Oh, I'm dropping them as well, but I've got loads of them here. And I kind of reevaluated some of the things I was going to take for this plant swap, just because the last plant swap I took loads of things that I had lots of, like for example, spider plant babies. And I actually ended up coming home with more than I took because everyone had the same idea. So I'm not going to bother with things like that for this swap. I'm going with maybe slightly more unusual plants this time. But I'll just show you very quickly all the cuttings I took of that plant. I've just realised you probably don't want to sit through me showing you every single cutting. So I'll edit this so that they're all on the screen. So if you want to pause and look at every single cutting, then you can. Okay, perfect. So I'll wrap them up in a minute. And one of the other things that I want to take, if you watched my last video that I posted on YouTube, you'll have seen that at the end of it, I spoke about my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma and how I've had a few issues with it recently. And I decided to take off all of the foliage of this bottom section. And I have kept the top bit that I'm propagating for myself. And I know I could just put all these sections into a prop box and just let them reroot and put them back in with the rest of the plants, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to take some wet stick cuttings of this one as well. And again, maybe, I don't know, depending on the demand for them, I might just put them on the free table again. I would just like them to be gone and gone to someone who wants this plant, because I was saying actually the other day, you don't see the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma pop up that much at the moment where I'm from. Like, I remember there was a phase where I'd go to a garden centre and literally you'd walk through the door and they would be everywhere. And for some reason, recently, I don't know if this is just me in the area that I live in, but I haven't seen them anywhere. So I'm hoping that some people should be potentially quite excited to find some cuttings of this plant there. Cool, so those are all the wet sticks that I've got. And then I don't need to do any chopping on this, but I am going to take this section of my Monstera dubia, the large form of my Monstera dubia, because I've got lots of sections propagating of my own. The plant grows like a weed, so I need to start being better at passing them along. I think I don't know, I could be so precious about a plant that I've grown from such a small thing to such a big thing. And although I want to share it, there's also a little part of me that's just like, no, why don't you like pot it up with the rest of your plants and then get it even fuller? And although I could do that, I've got more than enough sections to be able to do that. So why not share it? So yeah, it's beautifully fenestrated. It's got a really good root system in there. It has actually at the top just there, as you can see, got some new roots forming as well, and it has got a new growth point. So yeah, I'm hoping this should grow really well for someone, and because it is rooted, I'm not that worried about transporting it as well, because typically Monstera dubia, before it's rooted, when you just take it as a cutting, is very susceptible to environmental, I don't know, stresses. It's one that I've taken cuttings before without them being rooted, and more or less the second I walk out of the door, the plant just goes, oh, like that, and it flops and it wilts, and I've lost cuttings doing it that way before. So only rooted sections. But then, okay, so I know I've been saying for months that I want to take this plant to the plant swap. My Amedrium silver, this plant here, the one that has been the bane of my life and has been giving me no decent growth, and I've chopped back loads of times, has just given me the most beautiful leaf. Like, look at that leaf. I know it's got a little bit of damage on it, and that's my own fault. She grew too close to the grow light. But look at how gorgeous that is, and just for size reference, that's it next to my face. And typically, and also it is putting out another new leaf as well just there, which, I mean, is just unheard of. It's so typical that it's doing it now. But part of me wants to keep the plant. I do want to keep the plant now that it started doing this, but also I know how I felt about it for such a long time. So I'm kind of thinking, like, yeah. I think it would make someone else happier. But what I'm also thinking is I've got 3 sections of it here. I've got this bit, I've got that bit, and then I've got the bit with the new growth and the lovely new leaf that's about to unfurl. And I'm like, also because that new section has got amazing aerial roots, I'm thinking, do I take these 2 sections as cuttings, and do I try and root this bit back into the pot and see how I get on with it? I'm kind of thinking I want to do that. One last try with this plant, one last try, and I will chop these bits back. So yeah. This is one of the sections that I'm gonna take. And this is the other. And then I have got a couple of runnery bits here, which I'll pop into a prop box. I have managed to get a couple to root since I did it last time, but I've had a lot of them rot as well. It's very hit or miss. But then, yeah, then I'm left with this lovely new bit. Oh, oh, I don't know. Part of me's thinking, do I just take it? How much do I want it? How much do I want it? Okay, I'm already taking 2 cuttings. I'm gonna just stick this one out. I'm thinking what I'll probably do is lay that down into the soil, encourage those lovely aerial roots in there, get it rooting from that point, and then see how I get on. If I'm not having any more luck by the next plant swap, the rest of it will go to the next plant swap. It's just that this is like the most hope this plant has given me in the time that I've owned it. And it's so typical that it's happening now. But yeah, right, I'm gonna keep this section. I can't bring myself to do it. And then I've got some sections of my Hoya caudata Sumatra, which is a Hoya that I really love, but it is getting a little bit kind of leggy and tendrily around the ends. And I was thinking about giving it a chop back anyway before I potted it up, which is something I absolutely need to do because it's just in sphagnum moss at the moment. So I think I'm going to take a few cuttings of this, and yeah, people can grab them if they want them. I know it is a kind of like, it's like a bit of a love-hate Hoya. It's a very kind of prehistoric looking, slightly bizarre one, but I really like it. There's a dead vine in here, and it's just kind of tendrilled itself around it, and it's really hard to get it off. I could just leave it on, to be honest, but I don't know why I just want to get it off. Okay, I've taken 3 cuttings. 1, 2, 3, and this one's got the little like spirally tendril now because of what it was round around before. I could even make that into 2 cuttings. Do I do it? Do I do that? Yeah, maybe I will. Why not? And then I've got a couple of other Hoya cuttings here that I've just had propagating for ages, and I think I'm probably going to plant swap. I've got, oh, in fact, hang on, no, I was going to pot this back up with my mother plant. I was going to say I've got a Hoya parasitica black margin cutting, but because my mother plant's not looking amazing at the moment, oh, I think I want to hang on to this. I think I want to hang on to it. But one that I am going to be taking to the plant swap is this little Hoya pubicalyx Hawaiian cutting. And I think it's such a gorgeous plant, and it is really well rooted as well. So yeah, I'll pop that into moss shortly, and that one can go to the plant swap. Oh my goodness, already I'm bringing quite a lot. The last couple of plant swaps I haven't brought that much, so this is quite fun. Oh, and this is a rogue one. I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to chop this one, but I think I do. So I've restarted so many times with this plant, but this is my Anthurium SP Limon, and I love it. I think it's so stunning. I think its foliage is amazing. It's probably the coolest Anthurium that I own. It doesn't feel like an Anthurium at all either. But okay, so the first time I got it onto a moss pole, and I wasn't sure if the moisture from the moss pole was kind of causing some of its leaves to rot slightly. I don't know if maybe the ventilation wasn't good enough, but they were all going a little bit mushy and squishy. And now this time I've grown it without being on a moss pole. It's still sizing up really well, but I've got some leaves that are just starting to kind of turn and yellow, and I can't quite figure out why this is. But I'm thinking I probably want to pot some sections up together and get it a little bit fuller. And then maybe, I mean, my gut instinct is still to moss pole it, but yeah, anyway, I was going to be chopping this plant up to do that. And I'm like, why don't, ooh, someone's at the door, and I'm hoping it's my plant swap boxes. Yep, I'm assuming this is the boxes that I ordered. Fabulous. Why I just chose to carry them up the stairs instead of use the lift, I have no idea. But yes, so the Anthurium SP Limon, that's one that I'm definitely gonna take some sections of. I think the top cut I would probably keep back for myself. Oh, it's got some amazing aerial roots already. Just look at those. And then, yeah, I've got a wet stick of it here, which I might just put into my propagation box and again keep for myself. And then the rest, I think I'll probably plant swap. Because again, I think like this is a plant that not many people seem to have. And I don't know if there really is a demand for it. I mean, I feel like there should be, just because it's so lovely. But yeah, we'll see how it does at the swap. And then obviously these 2 little damaged leaves at the bottom, but I reckon, I mean, you can still grow a lovely plant from them, can't you? So yeah, 4 sections of that. I'm gonna run out of space, taking a lot. And then that's everything I needed to chop up, but I am also gonna take, I think, a few of my Alocasia Green Shield babies. But I'll get them out of the substrate when we're over in the kitchen and I do all the wrapping up and everything. And then I thought I may as well take some Anthurium clarinervium babies as well, because I've still got so many pots just filled with them. So I thought I could put a few of those into, I guess maybe cups. I'm not sure. But take some of those to the swap with me as well. And then I think that's probably going to be all that me and Ross can carry. But if we can carry more, I have got some full plants that I'd like to take as well. I've got this rather battered looking aloe vera that I was left by a neighbour that moved out. And I've already got an aloe vera in my collection that I love that's the same type. And yeah, I don't want it anymore, and I think I want to pass it on to another home. I'm so bad at getting rid of plants, but I don't want this one, so yeah. But it is quite big, and I'm not sure how easy it is going to be with everything I've already got to take. I've also got a peace lily. I've got a few other bits. So yeah, let's wrap all of these up first and then see how much space I've got left and how much more maybe I could bring. I probably don't need to bring anything else, but I might. I don't know yet. But yeah, cool. Right, let's do that. Perfect. They're huge. That's exactly what I wanted.
I wanted to make sure the cuttings were super well packed, as I had to cut them a couple of days before the actual swap, and I wanted to make sure that they'd travel well. I also always underestimate how long wrapping up plants actually takes. Oh my god, this took me forever.
It's been on and off rain all day, but it has actually just brightened up for the first time. So I'm gonna stop, take a break from wrapping plants. It's taking a very long time. Get Yoli out for a walk and then carry on when I get back. So I had a lovely walk with Yoli, but it did chuck it down at the end of the walk. So I need to go and get changed because I'm soaked and I'm cold. Make a nice cup of tea, get cozy again, and then carry on wrapping up the plants. Cheers. Oh, hello, darling.
Honey, I'm home.
Ross is here.
Hey, plant lovers. Staying sexy, I hope. What are we doing?
Ross, would you like to know how to package a cutting?
Not really, but apparently I'm going to
Let me
anyway.
get a cutting.
I'll package your cutting.
It's getting a piece of Yoli
Of,
plain film.
use your words,
Not quite like that, but that'll do.
moist moss. Is that enough moist moss? Shove it in the moist bit, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Okay, don't push the roots too much.
This one's extra valuable because I did it.
So I've decided to take this blue star fern. I'm not sure if anyone's actually going to want it because it's looking pretty worse for wear. But I'm going to bring it anyway, even if it just goes on the free table. If someone can offer it a good home and get it growing back and beautiful, then I'd be very happy because I have just given up with it. So I've just packed up the box and it's very full, and annoyingly you can't see the clever thing that I've just done very well. I made a little ledge with cardboard so that I could put the cuttings on top, and the things that I'd put, oh, you can kind of see down there, the things I'd put in cups I've kind of packed in so that they can, there we go, so that they can stay upright and hopefully secure for the journey. And I've never done it this way before. I usually just shove everything into a box, but I'm hoping this should work to keep everything nice and safe and secure for the next day and a half before the plant swap. Transition.
Videos with hair, tips and tricks. I've learned over the year.
My tips and tricks. I'm Claire, this is Yoli. Welcome to my channel.
We added some final touches to our cosplays and then set an early alarm to get ready for Comicon the next day.
My system may have broken down in the box a little bit, so I'm hoping everything's gonna be okay. What's one plant that you're bringing to swap today?
I am bringing a HOUSEPLANTS. I really love Hoyas, and I think this one will be really cute.
Anthurium azospes. And this tiny baby. Tiny, not so tiny. I just reported yesterday for this wax. Somebody will enjoy it.
I am bringing Raftophora cryptantha, and it's in a little cling film packet ready for somebody to put in a terrarium.
All the little seedlings. I got some Amorphophallus. So these are, I think, Amorphophallus muelleri. Got a bunch of Amorphophallus babies that I grew from leaf cuttings. So, yeah.
It's a Hoya Rosita.
I have got a grand selection of neotropical treasures. A nice selection of bromeliads, some begonias, some critically endangered begonias that if you swap with me today and take them home, you're not just taking home a begonia, you're becoming a steward of a nearly extinct species.
Thank you for having me. Can everybody hear me? Thank you for inviting me. It's an absolute pleasure and honour to be here. Really nice to see some faces, like you, Claire,
Hello.
that I have been watching online for a few years. And your boyfriend that I've watched ever since you've had him, because I find him absolutely hilarious. And a beautiful package as well, sir.
Sprinkle it on the soil. Use a brush to put it on the leaves. It kills every single pest. It's freaking awesome.
But you can pinch the tissue and this bit will bend and it helps to activate it, not on this plant but on the begonias, the nodes the way up, so it can thicken your plant by doing things like that.
And my husband has said either I go or the plants go. So I don't want to be homeless, so if you want some plants, come round.
Hello! We are sitting like this because we can't use the tripod.
Why can't we use the tripod, darling?
I've lost the thing, I've lost the connected bit, I don't know where it is.
Spent 20 minutes looking for it.
But I think it goes without saying, because my hair is a different colour and we are wearing different clothes, that we're filming this a different day. But we did come away from the plant swap with some very nice things, didn't we?
We came away with plants.
Cheers.
Cheers, darling.
I'm going to try and keep it a little more concise than it was last time.
It's also 8:30 and we've not eaten.
Yes, and we've been in the process of moving Ross in, and there is a video coming on that. But it's been a little bit crazy.
There's a video coming on a lot of things. You're very behind.
I'm very behind at the moment. So, shall we just start? What did you get at the plant swap, Ross? Show us what you got.
I'll pick up the first one. This one, you're going to tell me is blue. It's not.
Down it right up. Yeah.
There you go, plant lovers. That is a
Scindapsus. That's a Scindapsus.
Scindapsus. So there was two going, and I was just happened to be in the same space where the other one went to me. So yeah, but actually, it's quite a cool looking plant. Actually, it's very cool. It's very cute. It's got stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a new leaf coming there as well. Or we have to reach a very long way to show you. But it's beautiful. It's commonly known as the satin pothos. And you've got a golden pothos that you just put up in the bedroom and knocked everything off as you did.
Alright, let's not talk about that. I'm not a graceful man. How big does it get?
Well, I've got two in the bedroom.
Will it do a...
The leaves are capable of growing to be huge. Like one of the ones I've got in the bedroom's got leaves like that. But yeah, and you can grow it on a moss pole, or you can grow it as a trailing plant.
Oh, I like a trailing. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got whatever you just said.
Scindapsus.
Scindapsus. That sounds like an infection. Don't come near me. Don't come near me. I got scindapsus.
You don't want to go near him. He's got the scindapsus. He has. So, I'm going to start with. I've got some really exciting things, but one again goes without saying. I think at this stage we didn't do the classic kind of swap for swap. A lot of these were just kind of pay it forward. Some people were very kind and kind of gave us stuff. We gave stuff to other people. I did maybe one or two direct swaps, but the majority were just a little bit random. But yeah, I got this one, which, I'm just taking it out of the bag for the first time. I'm pretty sure is a Passiflora, I can't remember the name of it, Passiflora tris something. And I think I'm right in saying it's in the same family as the... I can't even remember the name of that one now. It's in the same family as a plant that I've had before.
That narrows it down.
That one.
Didn't you come here for some good content?
But I just think it's absolutely beautiful. It almost looks like duck's feet, doesn't it? It's kind of webbed and weird.
I mean, I think you'll find it looks more like a dinosaur footprint.
Okay, dinosaur footprint then.
It's a bit like Jurassic Park,
It kind of does, doesn't it? But apparently it's very easy to grow. I've never grown this exact type of plant before.
Bag of water.
Yeah, it's just in a little bag of water at the moment. So I'm going to put it back in there until I have the chance to... Well, I'm guessing it just really loves humidity. I don't know.
Just carrying around a wet bag.
Yeah.
Bit of a wet bag.
I will do some research on the plant and figure out a bit more about it, and then let you know what I do. If you've got any tips for it, please let me know.
Yeah, I think, like, as you said, we did not really. I don't think I did any swapping because one, you took some slightly nicer plants this time, and I didn't feel trusted to make a sensible swap. You didn't tell me not to, but I was a bit conscious that actually maybe there might have been a fewer nicer ones. You kind of committed to this one a bit, and I got this one, and again, I don't know. It's
leaky bottom.
Leaky bottom. I don't know.
I think this is. I don't think you got a card for this, did you? I believe this is some type of monstera. It's a something Ecuador. I do remember that.
Claire, this is the second plant you can't name.
Well, I don't know. So okay, it looks kind of monstera-ish, but it also actually looks very epipremnum-y. So again, I'll do some digging and I'll hopefully be able to put the correct name on the screen. But with any of these, if we are wrong, please do correct us. But whether it's monstera, epipremnum, or something completely different, it looks like it should be a fairly easy one to root. It's got beautiful aerial roots on it already. And it's just a really cool plant, actually. I'm not familiar with it.
It looks like the kind of ones that we've just been talking about, the pothos, and it's got like that kind of vibe about it. You can tell I learned the plant word because I'm using it a lot. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice plant.
It's a very nice plant. Oh, okay, this one, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but this is one I'm really excited about. So it's a Rhaphidophora foraminifera. Again, name will be on the screen, but look how beautiful that is. I love the texture on the leaves. It's just so ruffly and gorgeous. It's almost, there's something about it that's almost a little bit anthurium-y. So yeah, and it's a plant that I haven't had before. I've obviously got different types of Rhaphidophora in my collection, but I've never owned this one. And I'm super, super, super excited about it. So yeah, I don't think it's rooted. It says keep propping on there, so it's started. It may have some roots, but I need to do a little bit more work.
So keep on propping on anyway. I got this, which I got from the free table. There we go. It is a Claire.
Oh,
Claire.
My guess would be.
What do you mean guess?
Well, I don't know what it is, Ross.
Succulent.
Yes, it is. You're right. It is succulent. There's something about it that looks very Echeveria-like, and there's also.
Well, I've got one of them, didn't I?
You have got
a little diddy
you've
one.
got a couple of Echeverias now. There's also something about it that almost looks a little bit euphorbia-y. It's kind of a little bit more foliagey than. Like, I don't know, is it not quite as succulent?
That doesn't feel like a plant
more
term to me.
leafy,
Foliagey.
More leafy.
It's a bit foliage, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit leafy, isn't it? Very rare for plants to be leafy.
And it's also just stuck in there. It hasn't rooted. It's just stuck in
It was
the
on the
soil.
free table. Let's not be ungrateful. The free table was busy at this one.
Oh
wasn't
my
it? This
god,
was a
there was
busy
so
one.
much stuff on the free table. I mean, I put a few things on there when we first got there, but there was a ton when we left.
Because we were trying desperately hard not to bring back too many things on the basis that we're trying to move a human in. Go on, what'd you get next?
Okay, so, this may be surprising to some of you, but I have come back with a Monstera Esqueleto, and I was persuaded, I mean, I'm very excited about it, but I was persuaded to take this plant because Francesco saw that I didn't get on particularly well with it, and he had a plant that had what he says just amazing genes. He said the mother plant was growing brilliantly for him, and he was like, I will be shocked if you can't make this work. And I mean, it's a challenge. I'm gonna give it a go because obviously previously I just have not got on with the Esqueleto, and I've kind of got to the point where I've given up with it because nothing I've done seems to have kept it happy. But this is a really, really beautiful plant. And I'm very, very grateful to him for it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it another go.
What happened to the last one? Why didn't it work?
So the story of the last one, I got my last one from Emma, and this was probably about a year and a half ago now, and she'd given up on it because she just wasn't enjoying growing it, and I loved it, and I was like, oh, amazing. The leaves on it were like that big.
It wasn't good growing.
It wasn't good growing for her. So I decided that I would give it a go. And really it's a plant that needs to be grown on a moss pole, and I didn't get it onto a moss pole right away. So instead of giving me leaves, it just started giving me runners all the time, and like just big long tendrily bits. And yeah, I wasn't enjoying it. I chopped it up, I propagated it. I did get some sections onto, I say a moss pole, a moss kind of package. It was me being...
Moss package?
A moss package. It was me being lazy. And yeah, I just didn't get on well with it. And I don't know if that's me, my environment, or the genes of the plant that I had. So we're gonna give it one last try with this plant and see how we get on. Oh, and while I'm here as well, this is a little one. I'm going to do another one. Because
Whoa.
No, but this, I forgot, but this is just a little thing.
I thought that was dirt.
No,
What the
this is a Alocasia Sariancorm, which I'm really excited about. This is from my friend Lottie, and she thought she gave me a Sariancorm a while ago, and it actually turned out to be a Alocasia Purple Sword. So now I've got one, and I'm really excited about it. So yes, right, that's me. Double go done. Over to you.
Oh, dinner!
Oh, that's our chips.
1 second. This is important.
That's a lot of smoke. Perfect. Our dinner is almost ready, so we're going to whiz through these next ones, aren't we?
Day 2 in eating healthy. I've got chips in the oven.
But what did you get next?
So plants are gift territory. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Yes, I've obviously got a reputation for liking pink plants, which I do. I quite enjoy them, although it started out as a bit of a gag to try and get pink plants. I quite enjoy it, and you're all rather generous. Now, I'd like to make an apology because I should really remember the names of people that give me gifts, and I am really, really sorry. I'm so bad at names, in spite of the fact that they are on us at the plant swap. So I'd like to apologise, but also say thank you, because this was the first one I was given, and it's possibly the pinkest of the bunch. Ooh. And I think it's similar to one that I was gifted previously.
Yes.
Which is... you put it at the back, you cow. So I think, is that right? Is that similar enough to...
So, they're supposedly both Ericine herb...
You got hot feet.
Yeah, I'm warm wearing this blanket. Ericine herbstii. And I know from the one that Ross has already got that I've been looking after, it is a very dramatic plant. Like that one only has to dry out slightly and it will do exactly what this one's doing at the moment.
Goes a bit limp, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit limp,
Bit floppy.
bit floppy. This one's not
Happens
looking
to lots
great.
of guys, it's not a big deal. I believe the nice guy that gave it to me did say that it is in need of a bit of care.
Yeah.
It's not been going too well, which I did say thank you for giving me a chore. So gave me a job to do.
It's a learning curve,
Thankfully,
darling.
I live with a jungle haven. So, but no, thank you so much, because I mean it's so sweet when people kind of like think of you in these things, and for your videos, it's really it is very touching, and it's a lot of fun. It's also very fun because I know you're not a big fan of pink plants.
I'm getting better. I'm getting.
Because you haven't got a choice, really, have you?
Not really.
With a pink plant guy.
Okay, so next one, I actually haven't unwrapped this yet, but this is a type of euphorbia. This is the one that's known as an African milk tree. And if you've watched my other videos, you will know I have got quite a few types of euphorbia in my collection, and I love them. But that is what it is currently looking like. It looks quite similar to my Euphorbia acrorensis. But I think this one, I was going to say, not flowers more, has more leaves. In fact, a lot of them have fallen off in transit. Ow! Spiky. But it's got a few up the top there still. So yeah, it's calloused. I'm just going to pot it up, and I'm going to see what happens.
It up.
Yeah, just pot it straight up into soil.
Shove it in.
Something nice, chunky, well draining, gritty. Like a gritty mix for our succulents.
Why?
Because it helps them to drain, because if there's lots of water retention, they rot. Yeah. But no, I'm really, really excited about this. And the woman that I got it off was saying that she was like, I'm so sorry I gave you the one that had snapped at the top. But I'm actually quite excited for that, because it should hopefully mean that this plant branches a lot more. And I quite like a branchy euphorbia. So yeah, I'm Looking forward to growing that one.
My turn.
Your turn. Chop, chop. Chips await.
Another gift, other than getting a massive hug off of Johnny. He smelled amazing, by the way. I hope that leave that in. He smelled delicious.
Oh, we did. I told him.
He smelled amazing. This was the second gift of the day, which I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm getting off.
Come on, Ross.
So here we go. You're going to tell me what this is, obviously, Claire, because I don't know. I'm hoping it's picking it up. It's a bit
an
on the pink.
oxalis, which is the same type as your love plant.
Oh, this one. Oxalis Plum Crazy.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, it says Rosie. It was Rosie.
Yes.
Thanks, Rosie. I remember now. But yeah, this is this one, which I like a trainy one.
I think that's absolutely beautiful, actually. It's got really kind of pale, like dusty pink.
It's quite nice.
Bits
Yeah,
on it.
I like it.
Yeah. It's also got a very nice LHO pot as well, and it's in semi-hydro, so you can try some semi-hydro with a little reservoir in a pot. Pon. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It's got such beautiful little kind of splashes of pink. That's a pink plant that I can absolutely get on board with.
I wasn't looking for your permission, Claire, but I'm glad you're okay with this particular one.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Chop, chop.
Okay.
Chop, chop.
So, again, very excited about this one. This is a Philodendron gigas. And I have never owned this philodendron before, and again, this was one that was very kindly given to me, and I'm really excited about it. I can't remember, I'm pretty sure this is a hybrid plant, and I'm pretty sure it's a cross between the melanochrysum and something else. I mean, it looks so melanochrysum-y, even the backs of the leaves are very melanochrysum-y, but I have heard that it's a lot hardier, which is good because I have struggled so much with the melanochrysum. I've got to the point where I've pretty much given up with it because it's had pests, it's had this, it's had that. Things have just gone wrong. But no, I can't wait. I can't wait to try growing this one. And if anybody knows any like growing tips, anything on this plant that might be useful, please let me know, because
In a pot.
in a pot, probably in a pot. But yeah, I don't know much about it.
Is it a big one? It feels like it would go big.
You know what? I actually don't know. If one of the parents...
This has been an episode where you don't really know, isn't it?
I
If you know,
know.
like you don't, like half things you don't know the names of.
I know. I just don't.
If you're not coming here for information, I hope. Like,
No, but the thing
I've
is,
got a plant, I don't know.
but the thing
No.
is, now I get to go away and learn about the plants, and then I can come back and talk about them, and then it's fun because I've learned about them. I mean, I don't know about all the... I don't know about all the plants, do I? There's millions.
I thought you would have done a little bit of research.
Shut up,
Try a
Ross.
little
Whose
bit.
video is this? Go away. Get off my channel. But yes, I'm very excited to grow the Philodendron gigas. Go on then, talk about your next plant.
Me last one.
Your last one?
This was just handed in my palm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and just
Give it a bundle.
again, it was Rosie again. She just handed me like a just pot of moss, a handful of moist moss. I think this one's a Pedro.
Ooh.
What
Interesting.
do we think? See that?
So Ross is saying that he thinks this could be a type of Fittonia. And I'm not sure. I don't know.
It looks.
Like,
Well, like I say,
do you
it
mind
looks.
if I take it out to show them?
Do as you wish.
I know what you mean. It has
It
got
just-
a kind of
I
nerve
don't know. You'll know
plant
better. Well, normally
ness
you know
about
better,
it.
but-
But the structure of how it's kind of climbing upwards, I don't know. It's almost a bit like a Fittonia meets like an Alternanthera or something. I genuinely do not know.
I mean, it looks a little bit. It's got a vibe.
Yeah,
That's why
I
liked
know
it.
what you mean.
And I think Rosie said that it was good for a terrarium, which is similar enough to it as well.
Ooh.
I'm sure said that would go well in a terrarium, which it fucking would. That's me lot.
Nice. I've got two more left. I'll whiz through them.
All right,
Then we
chips
can
ready.
eat. But I got this little Enjoy Pothos, and this was a swap that I actually did. I did swap this one, and I can't remember what the swap was. I can't remember what I got rid of. But I did swap, and it's got a lovely little label on it as well, which I thought was very, very sweet. Tracy put labels on all of them, and I thought that was lovely. But I have had an Enjoy Pothos before, but they're so slow to grow that I think I just kind of gave up. But I love the plant, so I'm gonna I'm gonna try again because I think it's worth it when it works. And then finally, and I have a feeling this was a direct swap as well, but I've honestly lost track. I just got these Cebu Blue cuttings. I'm pretty sure they're all rooted in here, and I have got a Cebu Blue already, but I'm just looking to really... A Cebu Blue?
A Cebu Blue?
An Epipremnum Cebu Blue? Cebu Blue?
Cebu Blue?
But I'm just looking to fill the plant out a little bit because mine's a bit sparse at the moment. So I saw these cuttings and I thought they would be perfect. But yeah, that is everything that I got as well.
Among all the other bits and bobs.
Among little bits and bobs like Tradescantia cuttings and Pothos cuttings and stuff that we've got in the freebie bag. But it was, as always, it was a lovely, lovely swap. It was so great to meet so many of you there. It was so great to see so many familiar faces, meet so many awesome Planty creators as well. It was just wonderful. It was really amazing.
It was a busy one, wasn't it? I was chatting to a lot more people. It was really nice. But I think people have got we've got the vibe now. We know what we're about. We know what we need to do. I think there's a good kind of routine with it all now. People kind of got a bit more. It was a long old day.
It was. It was a long old weekend.
After another long old day. But yeah, it was very nice. And we walked away with some different things.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a little bit of everything. We've had a busy time, but we've had fun. And I hope you've had fun watching it. So yeah, if you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Have a lovely day. And I will see you in the next video.
Stay sexy, plant lovers.